Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's SneakerHeadInTheBay and I'm bringing you guys a Fragment 1 custom. First things first, I wanted to thank you guys for killing it on the last one with the orange peels. I definitely appreciate it. Let's see if we could get to 2,000 likes on this video right here. I've been wanting to do this custom for the longest time, but I never really had the chance to do it, so now is the time. These Storm Blue Jordan 1s sat on shelves for the longest time, and I thought that it would be a great idea to turn them into a Friends and Family Fragment pair. The Friends and Family Fragments go for about $7,000 based on Flight Club's prices, and I am not down to pay something like that for a sneaker. Just being super realistic with it, I just love the colorway and I don't want to shell out that kind of money for a sneaker like that, so I figured that it'd be kind of cool just to show you guys the process of making them. First things first, you know that we have to unlace these sneakers, so let's get it. When you're doing any type of custom, it's always a great idea to remove the laces and also remove the insoles. This comes in super clutch, especially when you're working on the sock liner. For the materials of this video, most of them are from Angelus Direct, so I want to give a huge shout out to my people over there. If you guys need anything, the link will be down below in the description. We're going with flat black Angelus paint, flat white, GAC 900, Royal from the collector's edition, and 2 types of paintbrushes. We're also going to need some acetone as well as a rag. A lot of people ask about the specific paintbrushes that I use, and in this video I use a shader 10 as well as an angular brush number 2. The shader is perfect because it has a wide brush and it makes it a lot easier to cover the sock liner. The angular brush is perfect as well because it's able to get into the corners and it's a little bit thinner, so you have a lot more control when you're working on leather surfaces. One thing I highly recommend doing is just doing your research. Make sure you know what you're blocking off, what you're coloring, because sometimes when you see it in your head you can get it confused and it's really hard to reverse the process. So I like to look at the shoe on the computer so I'm able to vision it on the shoe itself. To get this shoe started, we're going to start rubbing the parts that we're going to paint off with acetone. This will make sure that the leather is ready and prepared for paint.
All this paint inside, let the beams fall. All these bitches lying, that's what the team is for. All these niggas calling, what the drink is for. Hold me in your arms, like you need some more. Tell me, is it real?
For some sneakers, the paint on the leather will actually come off, and in this case, I didn't see too much blue rubbing off, but you want to make sure that you don't rub onto the midsole and onto the toe box, because you will be able to see a blue residue that wipes on there, and it's just a pain to get it off, so make sure you don't do that. And my girlfriend was actually talking to me in this clip. I'm not crazy, I'm not talking to myself. I just want to make that super clear with you guys. To be honest, I was a little bit iffy on this one. I was like, yo, should I leave this white? Would it make it a little bit easier? Because the white is a little bit different. It makes the Wings logo a lot easier to see, but I was like, F it, we're gonna do this the right way. Let's get all of this off. This is the sneaker all prepped. You probably can't even tell the difference besides the little top part right here by the Wings logo. But anyways, it's ready to get paint thrown on it, so let's get it.
I always knew I'd make it out my mind. I always knew that I'd be here in time. I always knew that I'm here for a reason. I always knew that this is what I'll find. Yeah. 50 grand in cash when I pull up to the venue. I remember looking back and knowing this would happen. Knew I had the talent and I knew I had the passion. Trying to find a balance between everything that matters.
We're using a flat black because I always like the look of flat paint. It just looks a lot more professional in my opinion, and the Fragments actually have a flat black finish. Sometimes when you use the shinier paints, it could look a little bit tacky. In some cases, it can be pulled off, but I like to stick to the flat paint. It looks really professional in my eyes.
It was worth that cost. I beat all the odds and did it my way. And I don't feel the same. Everything changed from the words that I say. Now they know I'm right. Now they see I'm right.
For this custom, we're doing 5 layers of flat black paint. Yes, I know that sounds excessive. As long as you're building up these layers right, it will last a lot longer. Don't add too many layers though, because then it will just start to crack and your custom will not be looking good.
always knew that I'm here for a reason. I always knew that this is what I found.
Yeah. Hey, my mama knew I was a king when I was slaving. I used to laugh when people told me start saving. I used to think about the map with a subtle laugh. I go anywhere I please and bring a humble past. LA living got me asking where my peers and how the creeds as they broke shit with theirs. School wasn't me, so I started moving. 16, I moved out with a movement. Now my plays got me rocking high fashion. Now my features pay your day.
And you guys know how I feel about raw edges. I absolutely hate them. I do not like raw edges, so I decided to clean it up with a little bit of flat black to make it look right.
To the sky, we rich as fuck and they should really know why.
For the sock liner, we're using a 50-50 mixture with the GAC 900 and the flat black paint. We're also going to be using that for the tongue, so make sure you keep a little mixture locked and loaded so you're ready to get that popping on the next one. In terms of doing the sock liner, I recommend doing it in very light coats. I've seen a couple people use a little bit more than they were supposed to, and that ends up seeping into the stitching and all of that. It makes the job a little bit longer if you do it that way. And don't forget to use a heat gun to set everything in to ensure that the sock liner is soft. I was a little bit iffy about the blue. My girlfriend told me that it looked a little bit too dark, and I was like, yo, you are right. We ended up mixing a little bit of flat white with royal blue paint, and that was the easiest way of achieving the Fragment blue color. I literally just eyeballed everything, just put a couple drops of white, mixed it up, and it looked good to me.
It ain't all good, but it's all good. I said it's all good. It ain't all good, but it's all good. But it's all good.
We ended up doing 4 layers of the blue.
I said it's all good. It ain't all good, but it's all good. But it's all good.
Realizing the realism of life, and actually it ain't half bad. I'm putting yin and yang in the same bag. I got another story to tell, so gather round as I open up my thoughts and tell you what's going down. But down on my luck, my parents split it up. My granny just passed away. Another passing day, asked my pastor to help me pass the day. He say pray to your father. I tried to place a call, but I think my signal's crossed. Can't hear nothing at all. Maybe it's too loud.
Y'all can probably tell that there's a difference between the blue. You can see that the left is way darker and the right is just right. This is honestly the worst part of this custom, or one of the worst parts. I'm not gonna say the worst, one of the worst. Make sure you take your time and do it right. I actually ended up using a very thin Angelus brush. Some of y'all were commenting in the last video where to get the brushes. Link is down below in the description. And whenever you're done with the Wings logo, we always go back and we make it look more crisp with the paint that we mixed up. Some of the GAC mixture got into the threading right here, so I went over it with some flat white to blend it in. It's not the end of the world if this happens.
It ain't all good, but it's all good. I said it's all good. It ain't all good, but it's all good. But it's all good.
They say you can't see the forest through the trees.
Since you guys made it to this part of this video, I decided to include a little giveaway for y'all. In order to enter the giveaway, I will have the link down below in the description. It will be a Gleam giveaway link. It will have all the instructions on there. It's super easy. Make sure to do that, and it will log everybody that enters. Once you follow all those steps, you'll be good to go, and I will contact the winner when I decide to choose them in about a week or so. And just to clarify everything, the winner will receive a pair of free custom Fragment ones in their size. So I will buy the Storm Blues, I will customize them into Fragment ones, and I will make sure that it's their size and ship it out. So good luck. Make sure to stay posted on my Snapchats and Instagrams and YouTubes and all of that, and I'll make sure you guys know the winner very soon. We're gonna do a white hit on the Nike Air tag. This makes the blue pop a lot easier, so you don't have to do as many layers.
It ain't all good, but it's all good. I said it's all good. It ain't all good, but it's all good. But it's all good.
For the Fragment logo, we're going to be using these stencils that Sophie provided. So huge shout out to Sophie for making this possible. This was the first time I ever used a stencil, and I gotta say, I really love it. She sells a bunch of them on her website, and I'll have the website on the screen right now and in the description. So if you guys ever want to try this custom out, go through her for the stencils. To start the stencil process, all you need to do is remove the parts from the stencil that you want to show on the custom. Once you have that, you're gonna cut it out. Get your transfer paper, which is included. Why the hell do I have nose spray on my what? Why is that? Okay, don't mind the nose spray. That's not there. Remove the transfer paper and stick it directly on the stencil. After you do that, you could carefully remove the white paper backing and you'll be good to go. Definitely make sure to use picture references. This was the hardest part about applying the stencil. I didn't want it too up. I don't want it too down to the side. So make sure you use a picture to reference yourself. My girlfriend gave me the hint of just counting the stitching on the midsoles and try to line it up that way, and I thought that was a really great idea. So we ended up doing that, and then I was able to successfully apply the stencil to the back of the shoe. From there, do 5 coats of black, heat gun after each coat, and you'll be good to go. You want to do this one kind of heavy because if you do little coats, it won't stick on right. So do 5 coats. Make sure you're extremely careful when removing the pieces for the stencil. Can take off paint in some situations. And for the last touches, I decided to do the white stitching because on the Fragment ones, it does have white stitching on the heel as well as the side of the swoosh. And that's about it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoy these customs. Make sure to subscribe, especially if you made it to the end. Good luck to everybody that entered the giveaway. If y'all want to stay posted with me, you can stay posted on my vlog channel. All right, guys? Anyways, I'm gonna catch y'all next time. It's your boy SneakerHeadInTheBay. Have a beautiful day. I'm out. Peace.
I be like, whoa. In my dream, I run it out. In my dream, I run it out. Yeah, deep in my dream, I feel alive. Deep in my dream, I feel alive. Yeah, yeah. In my dream, I run it out. Whoa. And when there's nobody around, yeah, I feel like a star. Yeah, yeah. And when there's nobody around, yeah, I feel like a star. What's the plot for the night? I don't wanna stay and waste inside. Oh, no, wanna break out. No. It's so hard to feel alive sometimes.